Quite
Alike.
Call 1-800-SUNDAYS to become an MCI customer.
You want to be prepared? You watch the Weather Channel. When it comes to something as important as this, knowing what we know can make all the difference. It's all we do. Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
You're looking at a live shot from Westchester County, New York, north of New York City. And slow but steady wins the race is the saying, and that's definitely the case if you're traveling in and around the New York City metro area, or really most all of New England. There's snow, there's sleet, there's freezing rain. There are major headaches on the highways. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this special edition of Weather Center. I'm Bruce Edwards. Not only are you feeling the effects if you're on the highways across the Northeast, if you're anywhere in the Northeast, you're feeling the effects of old man winter because brutally cold temperatures have invaded the region, dangerously cold wind chills. So we've got the whole mess over the northeastern United States. Snow mainly is what we're looking at across southern New England, from Boston and Hartford and Providence through northern Jersey, the Hudson Valley, up to Albany, and getting to the Poconos and the Catskills and on into north central Pennsylvania. Around New York City and Long Island, you're getting a combination of snow and sleet this morning. And we've had some sleet and little freezing rain and drizzle near Philly and down into Delaware and down towards Washington, D.C. this morning. If you are flying, you've got major headaches as well. Airport delays at most of the major hubs in the Northeast. So if you're heading to the airport, call ahead. Maybe that'd be a good idea to check with your air carrier. And when you're heading that way, have a good book or some crossword puzzles and do what you can to pass the time, because it may be a very long day for you at the airports as well. And be careful as you're walking down the sidewalk. Don't tailgate anybody. It's awfully slippery there as well. The Weather Channel has a couple of guys firmly anchored to somewhat dry pavement in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, north of Philadelphia. The Weather Channel's Jeff Morrow is standing by this morning, and in Westchester County, New York, bundled up against the frigid elements, the Weather Channel's Mike Seidel. Good morning, Mike.
And good morning, Bruce. And it is a frigid morning. It's about 40 degrees colder than this time yesterday, 35 to 40 degrees colder. We're here at the Tappan Zee Bridge, and again, traffic is moving slowly. They do have a speed restriction up, as they have since late yesterday, now at 35 miles an hour. That's cut down from the typical speed limit of 55. So traffic is moving, but they are moving slow, and that's the way you need to take it today. Now, one of the things we've seen so far this winter in the New York City area, the tri-state area, is that when it snows, it usually doesn't last very long, or it changes to rain like last week and washes a lot of the snow away. So your road problems don't extend for a long period of time. That is not the case this time around. We've had road problems since late last night, and we're going to have them in many areas, especially here in the inland areas, right on through at least midday on Friday. Very cold air, hard to dislodge out of here. Now, if you're near the coast, out on the island, or in the city, you should get up above freezing or sometime tomorrow morning, hopefully before sunrise, and that should ease the rush hour somewhat. But out here, again, in Rockland and Westchester counties, out in suburbia, it's going to be a slow process to get temperatures above freezing. Any snow and sleet today will change over to freezing rain tonight. There could be significant ice accumulations away from the coast. and that could mean some power outages. So a whole litany of problems. No doubt the number one concern today would be driving and walking. As Bruce mentioned, watch those sidewalks. There may be some ice from last night underneath the sleet and snow. Well, they've had snow, sleet, and freezing rain this morning in Philadelphia. Let's get the update from Philly now. Here's the Weather Channel's Jeff Morrow.
All right, thanks, Mike. And as wintry as it is up there in Westchester County, it's just about as wintry down here in Montgomery County. We are in the King of Prussia area, not too far away from Valley Forge, right along the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and where the Schuylkill Expressway comes on in. Right now we're looking at the sleet and a little freezing rain kind of mixed in at times. It's coating a lot of the surfaces with another layer of ice. That's on top of some sleet that we had this morning and more freezing rain that fell last night. So we have a whole layer cake going on here of wintry, as what Bruce would call goulash, just about everywhere. Let's talk a little bit about the airport, and we have a number here that you can call for information from the Philadelphia airport. That's 1-800-PHL-GATE, and that will give you the information that you will need on any delays there at the International Airport, arrival or departure. And I think we are having some delays reported already, and I think those will probably continue as we get more of this mess through the rest of the afternoon. You're looking at a live shot there of the Schuylkill Expressway as it comes into the toll booth here at the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Traffic moving okay on the major roads, but the secondary roads, and as Mike was mentioning, the sidewalks and the back streets and some of these parking lots are pretty icy. You got to be very, very careful out there. Let's get back to you in the studio now, Bruce.
All righty, thank you, gentlemen, for those live reports. Jeff Morrow in King of Prussia, Mike Seidel in Westchester County. And right here in our Weather Channel Forecast Center, Paul Kosin, our winter weather expert, who's jumped aboard the first of the year. And you jumped aboard just in time. Either that or there's some correlation between you coming aboard and the nasty winter weather. We've had plenty of it since the first of the year, especially the Northeast and the Great Lakes.
Well, thanks for keeping me busy. We've got three major elements that are contributing to our weather. High pressure, about as high pressure can get across eastern Canada, supplying cold air all the way down through the eastern United States. Low pressure, not very intense, but enough to bring up a lot of moisture with a bunch of upper-level disturbances, and another system that's out over the upper plains that's going to influence our weather through tomorrow. All these features are contributing to snow across the upper Ohio Valley, northern Pennsylvania, New York, and New England. Near record cold associated with that snow, freezing rain, sleet further south.
Yeah, these temperatures have been absolutely abysmal, well below zero. Albany continues to drop, 9 below zero right now. Boston's down to 4 degrees, and just record-setting cold in several sections of the northern parts of New England. Reports of about 4 inches of snow in northern New Jersey.